Have you ever wondered what the lifestyle of a true country music legend looks like? We're not talking about just any artist. We're talking about the gambler himself, Kenny Rogers. He wasn't just a music icon. He was a man who lived life with style, grace, and a taste for the finer things. From his multi-million-dollar mansion nestled in the heart of Georgia to his exotic car collection that would rival any Hollywood A-lister, Kenny Rogers' life offstage was just as captivating as his performances on it. But here's where it gets really interesting. While many remember him for his chart-topping hits and legendary duets, few know just how much wealth he accumulated over the decades, and even fewer know what became of his stunning real estate empire after his passing. So stay with us, because in this video, we're diving deep into Kenny Rogers' net worth, his jaw-dropping luxury home, his fleet of beautiful cars, and the life of elegance he built behind the scenes. And trust me, you want to see what we uncovered about the legacy he left behind. But before we jump in, make sure you subscribe to Ade Media Official for more deep dives into the lives of your favorite celebrities. Like this video, share with your friends, and drop a comment down below. Did you ever imagine Kenny Rogers lived this luxuriously? You won't want to miss a second of this story. Let's get into it. Biography and early life. Kenneth Ray Rogers was born on August 21st, 1938, in Houston, Texas, into a large and humble family. He was the fourth of 8 children. His father, Edward Floyd Rogers, was a carpenter, and his mother, Lucille, worked as a nurse's assistant. Growing up in the San Felipe Courts, a public housing project in Houston's 4th Ward, Kenny witnessed both hardship and perseverance. He attended Jefferson Davis High School, where his passion for music first began to take form. Although his family couldn't afford much, Kenny scraped together money to buy his first guitar at age 11. He wasn't born into music royalty. He earned it through sheer determination, a golden voice, and a dream that refused to die. After high school, he dabbled in various jobs, including working as a busboy and playing in local bands. But his first real taste of the spotlight came in the late 1950s when he joined a doo-wop group called the Scholars. His career soon evolved with each decade, reflecting changing sounds, from jazz and psychedelic rock to the country pop blend that would make him an international sensation. Music career, the gambler who never folded. Kenny Rogers didn't just make music, he made moments that stuck with people forever. He rose to national fame in the 1960s with the band The First Edition, which gave us hits like Just Dropped In, To See What Condition My Condition Was In. But it was his solo career that catapulted him into the stratosphere of superstardom. In 1977, Rogers released Lucille, a soulful ballad that earned him his first Grammy Award and set the tone for what was to come. Then came his magnum opus, The Gambler, in 1978. Not only did the song become a cultural phenomenon, it also spawned multiple TV movies starring Rogers himself. Hit after hit followed: Lady, written by Lionel Richie, Coward of the County, Through the Years, and the iconic duet Islands of the Stream with Dolly Parton. The chemistry between Kenny and Dolly became legendary, even though they were never romantically involved. Over his career, Rogers released over 65 albums, sold more than 120 million records worldwide, and won 3 Grammy Awards, 6 Country Music Association Awards, and was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 2013. His final tour, titled The Gambler's Last Deal, wrapped up in 2017, marking the end of an extraordinary 6-decade career. Net worth before he passed away. By the time Kenny Rogers passed away in March 2020, he had amassed an estimated net worth of $250 million. This wealth didn't just come from album sales and concert tours. Rogers was a savvy businessman. He invested in restaurants, including the now-defunct Kenny Rogers Roasters, real estate, art, and more. His fortune grew steadily over the years thanks to diversified ventures and licensing deals, including books, merchandise, and even acting roles in TV and film. Unlike many artists who lose control of their wealth, Rogers managed his empire with vision and discipline until the very end. Marriage and children. Kenny Rogers was married 5 times, a fact he often joked about with a touch of self-deprecating charm. His final and longest marriage was to Wanda Miller, whom he wed in 1997. Despite a 28-year age difference, their marriage lasted until his death. Together, they had twin boys, Justin and Jordan, born in 2004 when Kenny was 66 years old. Rogers also had 3 other children from previous marriages. He often spoke of how fatherhood in his later years was more meaningful, as he had the time and wisdom to fully embrace the role. Despite the ups and downs of his personal life, Rogers maintained strong relationships with his children and frequently expressed deep pride in them. How he spent his millions. Kenny Rogers enjoyed the fruits of his labor and style, but he wasn't just a spendthrift. His spending reflected his personality, refined, heartfelt, and tasteful. He was an avid art collector with a love for American Western and contemporary art. His collection included pieces by renowned artists, and he once curated an entire gallery showing. Fashion was another area where Rogers didn't hold back. His signature white beard and sharply tailored suits became his trademark, and he was often seen at high-profile events dressed in elegant designer wear. Philanthropy played a large role in his life. He supported numerous causes, including Children's Miracle Network hospitals, music cares, and World Hunger Relief. He also organized several benefit concerts and fundraisers for disaster relief and children's charities. Despite his wealth, Kenny lived with intention. His generosity was as large as his legend. Luxury real estate, abandoned mansions, and southern palaces. One of the most jaw-dropping aspects of Kenny Rogers' lifestyle was his stunning real estate portfolio. Perhaps the most talked about is his Palmetto Mansion in Sandy Springs, Georgia, a sprawling 13,000-square-foot Mediterranean-style estate nestled on nearly 7 acres. The home featured 6 bedrooms, 10 fireplaces, a private movie theater, resort-style pool, and an elevator. Inside, hand-painted murals, custom woodwork, and opulent chandeliers created an atmosphere of southern grandeur. Before his death, he quietly sold the property for about $2.4 million, a fraction of its earlier listing price of $4.8 million. Kenny was also known to have owned a lake house in Georgia and properties in California and Tennessee, many of which were later sold or left vacant. After his death, some of these properties became headlines as abandoned celebrity homes, drawing attention from fans and real estate sleuths alike. Exotic cars, from country roads to chrome dreams. Though not as famous for his cars as for his music, Kenny Rogers had a deep appreciation for luxury vehicles. Among his notable rides, Rolls-Royce Silver Spur, a classic symbol of wealth, often used during award shows and red carpet appearances. Mercedes-Benz S-Class, known for its smooth ride and powerful engine. This was a favorite of Rogers in his later years. Chevrolet Corvette, 1960s model, a nod to American muscle, reflecting his southern roots. Bentley Continental GT, sleek, powerful, and refined, just like the man himself. Most of these cars were not paraded publicly, but those close to him knew he maintained a modest yet valuable car collection, often rotating models between his homes. A sad goodbye, the death of a legend. Kenny Rogers passed away on March 20th, 2020, at the age of 81, surrounded by his family at home in Sandy Springs, Georgia. His cause of death was natural causes, but the world felt the loss like a thunderclap. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, public memorials were postponed, but fans flooded social media with tributes. Dolly Parton posted an emotional video, tearfully saying, "I loved Kenny with all my heart. My heart's broken." His death marked the end of an era not just for country music, but for American culture. He was laid to rest in a private ceremony, and his family later held a special televised tribute titled Kenny Rogers, a farewell celebration of life, which featured performances and stories from his closest friends and collaborators. So, there you have it, the extraordinary life and luxurious legacy of Kenny Rogers. From his breathtaking mansion that showcased timeless Southern charm to the impressive lineup of exotic cars in his collection, Kenny didn't just make music, he made a statement. And with an estimated net worth that soared into the tens of millions, he truly lived the American dream, one hit song at a time. But perhaps the most incredible part of his story is how he balanced fame, fortune, and family, never losing sight of his roots. while rising to global superstardom. Kenny Rogers wasn't just a country icon. He was a cultural legend whose impact will be felt for generations. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to Aude Media Official for more in-depth looks at the luxurious lives of your favorite stars. Like this video, share it with your friends, and tell us in the comments which part of Kenny Rogers' lifestyle surprised you the most. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned because the next Celebrity Spotlight might just blow your mind even more.